Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve, and I'm back from G-Fest. And yeah, Arnez isn't here today because I'm trying to get this done so I can get all this put away because there's a lot. There's like 3 backpacks of autograph stuff, portfolio, suitcase of figures, giant boxes. So I kind of want to put it away. So we're just going to get the video done here and now. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody that came up and said hi to me at the convention. It was super awesome. A lot more people than I thought it'd be. A lot. Especially when I volunteered in front of the door. That was pretty sweet. There was like a lot more people actually counted on who I was, which is really cool. It kind of like, each year I've noticed like the first year we had one person notice us, Louis Duran. Second year, quite a bit. Definitely a lot more than the first. But this year it was just like, this was like everybody knew me. It was crazy. But yeah, it was super. It was awesome. Very heartwarming. A lot of you guys. Like I even got fan art, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. Which that's definitely going to frame because I've never like officially have gotten fan art. We got a couple people who posted some pictures on the site, which is really awesome. But just never anybody actually handed it to me, so it's really special. And yeah, it was cool. The prints did pretty well. I was really happy with that too. We got through all the free ones. So I have still a couple left over, but that's perfectly fine because Arnez wanted one to keep, and I get to keep one too. So I didn't make too many, so that was good. But yeah, I was like overall that part was really sweet. But first I'll go over all the stuff I picked up, and then I'll go over the G-Fest experience. Briefly afterwards, my final thoughts on this year's convention, which I did Friday and Saturday. I had to leave Sunday, which is when I'm filming this. We finally got back at around 8 o'clock after stopping at a couple of places. Which, noteworthy figure that won't be in this video is I got a Sailor V at a Barnes & Noble. That's still sitting in the car, now that I think about it. But I got a Sailor V. I got it on clearance. So definitely picked that one up because that was the only Sailor Moon I was missing. But this is Godzilla, so we're just going to get into Godzilla. So first for the suitcase here, and I probably should open this bad boy before I got into this. Alright, we're trucking along. So I'm just going to start grabbing the stuff that's closest. Which, funny thing is, it's not more Godzilla stuff, but just want to show, if Arnez watches this before he comes over, I found his exotic butters for his kids. And we also found the pop for the Neomorph with the little toddler. So that'll be cool. Man, I hear my NECAs might be shipping soon, so that'll be cool as well. But anyways, we'll focus more on the giant monster related stuff, which I actually got quite a few stuff on the list, or at least a decent amount, more than I thought I was. Because for starters, we did end up finding some Ultraman Orb stuff, which this is Galacton, which you can see here, it's gigantic. Like, I'll show you guys one of the other ones here, which I have a, oh man, your name just slipped my mind. Blade Dagara. And you can see, not quite in scale for what you see in the show. But yeah, he's super cool. I mainly wanted to get him because he has the card on here, so it can work with the orb changer, which is really sweet, which you guys will see here in a little bit. But yeah, really nicely detailed figure. Gigantic. It's the Bandai vinyl, which again, these are like, I have to buy some of these every year at least because these are like my personal favorite things I like to collect. But I don't generally actually buy them that often, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, and then the Blade Dagara, really sweet. This one's actually the Ultraman X, which I actually like the show too. The director was there for X and Orb. So again, we'll get to that here in a few. One of the vinyls I really wanted, because he was one of the more standout guys, especially since the first form of Dagara was what Ultraman X fought in the TV show. And personally, I just kind of like the Blade one a little more, so that's why I went with that. Even has a little chip on the bottom here. And for some more Orb stuff, we have Mega Basser, which is the first kaiju that he fights in the show. I mainly want to get this because I don't know if they're going to be doing the SX figure arts are going to put kaijus out for these. So it'd be nice to have these guys standing with some of the SX figure arts when they come out. That, and again, has the card for the changer. So want to get some more for those. I just thought he was a really cool looking kaiju. The vinyl isn't like super articulated, of course, because they're not really fully meant to be. It's just kind of like how they get assembled. But still a really cool looking piece there. For some more Ultraman stuff, I got a Ultraman in Belial. This is the Ultra Monster Series 18. Just really cool looking figure. I couldn't find the Ultrac. That was the top of the list, so I compromised and got the vinyl. So when I bust Ultraman Zero out of the package, I got a Belial at least to replicate what needs to be there. But I did find a Ultra X Ultraman Zero, which I still haven't seen the show. But he's been in enough of the shows that I love for me to pick this up. Like, I really like X. Appears in that. And then he has stuff to do with some of the other Ultramans. Off the top of my head, I'm drawing a blank. It's been a long day. But yeah, I just always thought he was a really cool Ultraman. He also ties into the new show as well, so I wanted to pick up the Ultrac because I still like these a little more than the figure arts on a personal note because they're just a little more stylized. I just like the looks of them a little better. And to go along with them, I met up with a guy named Mike, met him on Facebook groups because he was selling a Darklops Zero figure, the original, and sold to me for a really good deal. I was really excited to be getting this piece right here. Really cool. Also showing up in the new Ultraman series as well. So I thought it was pretty good timing for this guy to show up. And it'd be nice to have a little bad guy to go along with the Zero, since I couldn't find a Belial. But yeah, really excited to get these. I might do a review because I might just bust out both of them for it. If I do decide to do a review of these guys. Plus I had another fan asked if I would do something Ultraman related. And I didn't pick up the DVD set that he wanted because I didn't end up making it back into the dealer's room. Because Saturday, when we actually were the security for the closed shift. So after trying to do the autographs, had to go back upstairs, rush back upstairs and watch the door. So I didn't make it back in to pick up another DVD, which is sad, but at least I got to bring home some more money. More than I thought I was going to. DVD I did end up picking up, though, is the entire series for Gridman. As you can see, not legit, but it is the entire show in here, so I'm excited to see. Kind of see how good the quality is, because I've never actually bought one from the guy there. But yeah, I was told if I had problems, get a hold of them. So, but yeah, it would be super cool because it's not like you can't buy this. So, really the only way to be getting this, and I thought it was a pretty good deal for what it is. But yeah, I was a super big fan of Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. So I've been wanting to check out the old Gridman. I've heard mixed things about it, but he's just like overall my favorite looking Ultraman. So, and it's just pretty much my favorite Ultraman in general, just because of Superhuman. But I feel like I can't say that until I've seen the original. So, pick that up there. My wife picked this guy up. Oh, actually, I forgot. There's a couple more Ultramans. Whoopsie. We have the Arch Belial Bandai vinyl. Again, I haven't seen much of Zero, but yeah, this guy just looks super cool. And I didn't really want to pass him up when I seen that he was only $35. It seemed like a really good deal. I'm going to try to do a quick little photos on superunimportantreviews.com with these guys. I don't know if I'm going to do any actual like poses with them as of yet, because if I do reviews of like Zero and stuff, you'll see these guys used in the reviews. But you'll definitely be able to get some closer looks at them. But yeah, again, getting back into the figures. The main reason I got this because I just always thought Belial was really cool. He's probably my second favorite looking Ultraman. Next, him and Thunder Beaster from Ultraman Orb. Well, this guy, I don't know the full story of this guy other than like what I've seen in Geed. But yeah, it was just like I've seen enough of this to definitely merit it, and it's just a gorgeous looking vinyl, especially with the translucent plastic for the little like Space Godzilla-ish crystals. Oh, so nice. The only thing is I gotta reheat his legs because they're kind of squishing in together, but hairdryer solves everything. Now, you'll have to let me know in the comment section. I remember he's from Ultraman X. I remember seeing him. For the life of me, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I don't want to cheat to look it up on the phone. But my wife really wanted to pick up this guy. She always thought he was super cool. Very snake-like and like almost Egyptian in a way. Like it just kind of conveys that in a weird sense to me. But really neat looking vinyl. I really need to actually pick up the Ultraman X vinyl, like the actual Ultraman from the show. But yeah, like, I'm more of a kaiju guy myself, so I decided to get that. And next, getting into the Godzilla stuff. We have here, inside the little baggie, is the exclusive Marmot Orga, which was the most expensive thing I got at the convention. But easily one of the coolest, because he's glow in the dark, so if I turn off the lights, he'd definitely be shining right now. But you guys can see, very, very nice looking figure. One of the reasons we got this is Orga's one of my more favorite kaijus from the Godzilla series. My wife loves them too, which easily helps. And we have the Marmot Godzilla 2000. So we thought that, especially with the color contrast between the two, with 2000 being very dark and he being very whites and very bright colors, that he would just look super cool standing next to him. So even though he was pretty pricey, at the convention he was $175, but the contrast and the attraction to each of the figures on the shelf definitely seemed worth it. And another Marmot I get to add to the collection. Also, what was really cool about the convention is they actually had the company from M1 actually there. And they brought a lot of their figures, which is super awesome. I actually snagged one. What I got was Namikawa from Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. Really excited to get this one because I've been wanting some representation of her in my collection. Because I want to get the Ray one from the Godzilla vs. Evangelion one. Missed out on that one. But when I saw this thing on the table for $60, I snap bought it. And it's just really cool to have a figure of her. Which is definitely stylized, as you guys can see. It also comes with a little mini Ghidorah. I'm not actually going to open this one. I think this one's just going to sit inside the plastic because I actually really like this one. I don't want it to damage in any way. And it's just really awesome to get. I actually, that fat bastard Vinny from Sci-Fi Ninja Theater wanted to buy this off me, but I passed because this was like the only one I've seen on the table when I went and bought them. They also had the Mothra twins and a few other really cool ones, but I decided to grab her because her and Linda Miller were easily my kid Godzilla crushes. Also Kimberly from Power Rangers. She was smoking. But yeah, also second biggest thing I found at the convention, from my list anyways, is I found a Heavy Arms Kiryu, which was only $125, which is a steal. A steal at that convention. Like, they sold out pretty quick too. Understandably, because you can't get the original for $125. And this guy I know creeped up a lot more on the internet. So it was really cool to actually see this guy on retail. Actually, I bought from that guy quite a few, because he's also the one I got the Ultra Zero from. But I definitely will probably be doing a review of this guy, because he's been one of the more requested ones. And he was the only monster arts I was missing that wasn't a repaint. Because he's actually in a movie. So I wanted to get this one for sure. Because it's like, I don't need like special color King Ghidorah. Even like, come with some cool accessories. I already have one. Don't really need a fancier one. So I've been passing on ones like that. But finally, I'll start with the box. But I found a Kaiser King Ghidorah with its box inside of it. Super geeked out when I seen it, because when I was first walking around the convention, I seen one. But as soon as I see it, some guy was like, "How much is that?" The guy's like, $125, and he's like, "Sold." Hands it to the guy, and I was like, "Shoot." Because I hadn't seen a single one walking around the convention. In a circle, anyways. After talking to a few people, I finally made it down to the center, and where we bought the Ultraman Orb stuff at, they had the Grand Ghidorah in the box. So I seen it for the same price, decided to grab it. Because that's the last thing I bought. Went back to the hotel room, opened up the figure, and when you open it, there was already a smell. And I know what the smell is it wasn't stored properly. Because some of you guys might know is initially I thought all my Godzilla collection was gone, but I found out my parents decided when I moved out to store it in one of their broken down cars sitting outside. So some of my figures, at least smell wise, weren't the best. They cleaned up very nicely, but they weren't. They took a while for them to air out. Then that's when I started collecting Godzilla again, because I thought I lost it all and I just didn't want to get back into it, because some of my other stuff got stolen. But that's a story for another time. But anyways, so I know why it smelled. And then when I got the figure out, it had some dirt / stuff growing. But thankfully, the figure itself, after I readjust because I had to put it flat inside the box, cleaned up very nicely. Because I was going to go freak, but I decided to hold off because I still got it for a good deal. It cleaned up. All is forgiven. So I didn't end up going back. But it was just one of those like really moments. And then I busted out used one of the towels in our hotel room. Worked like a charm. There's not really anything wrong with it other than there's like one little scuff up there and right there. But it's understandable. It's an old figure. It's gold. Stuff's going to happen. It's got to be careful with it. As you can see, it's a very big Bandai vinyl. And it was also the only kaiju that I was missing from the Rebirth series. For the bad guys anyways. There's still some of the Mothras I have, but I have the Mothras that I want with the Armored, the Aqua, and the standard Leo. So I don't really need any more, but I just really wanted some kind of version of Gran. And I love the Bandai vinyl. Like, until they make an X Plus of this is going to be easily my favorite Ghidorah in my collection. Next for prints, I'm going to just mainly show you guys these, but because some of these I don't really remember the names because these are more of my wife's things than my own. Like, I picked up a few personally, but for the most part, some of these I'd have to actually re-look up what the artist's name was, but I noticed he entered into the Summit Kaiju contest, so I decided to grab that when I seen it because I remember seeing that one. She also picked up this one as well. So if you see this and it's your art, please let me know in the comments section below, because she didn't get a card or anything, so I'm not 100% certain on the name as of right now. There might be a card somewhere in here, but again, just tossing this stuff out when I get home. But I also ended up picking up a Ghidorah, but this one's from Kaiju Illustrations. I know that one for a fact. The artist's name is Luke Steelmass. Luke. We're going with Luke. I don't want to butcher that last name. But it's Kaiju Illustrator. KaijuIllustrator.com. So if you like the Ghidorah, this is for Arnez. If you like it, go check out their website. I also ended up getting some Alan Barnes artwork. Got his little art book, which is really cool. Has some comic strips in there from their Big in Japan book. So this one's actually going to be really cool. I haven't really got to check that one out yet. But there should be. Oh, also, same guy that did the Pacific things also gave us this. Adorable as crap. He does pretty much the same things we do with the action figures, but it's a lot more photoshopping. But they're really pretty. Like, definitely a lot more work that I put into them, for sure. This one, I'm actually going to have to put into a frame, because this one's Bill Couture. But I ended up getting some actual art, which is Shin Godzilla's tail. And as you can see, beautiful. Literally beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to be framing that for sure. I'm going to set that one actually aside so I don't get that damaged anymore. Because it was sticking out ever so slightly and starting to bend. So I really don't want to mess that up because I'm going to frame it with this. But hopefully, here's his prints. Which, easily the most American thing I've seen in the room. With the 2014 and Zilla. And as you guys know, I like Zilla, so I tend to try to get stuff. Actually, there was a raffle for one, a silent auction for a Japanese Treadmaster. I lost the bidding, sadly, but it was cool to see. Like, I'm actually glad somebody else was bidding on it because I feel like he's underappreciated. But another print we got from him is this really nice Shin Godzilla. Shooting the beams freaking everywhere. Trademark pose. I want to get the X Plus to put this behind. And then my wife got this little comic strip from him, which I feel like is how the fight should have went for Shin Godzilla versus 2014. definitely. If you hear noises in the background, my wife and my mother-in-law are doing stuff back there. Again, sorry about that. Just literally got home and wanted to work on this stuff. These are probably what a lot of you guys got. This one is 100% Matt Frank, which here's the Shin Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla print. Really cool. Also got them all autographed. Also got to try to get, he's putting out some prints online for his Guzu Gallery. He's doing some Shin Godzilla stuff there. I know he's posting that one online. Then we got last year's print, which is the Godzilla done more like a traditional Japanese art. And then the King Kong versus Godzilla, the 2014 one. Which, as you can see, we already got a lot of prints in here. And I don't know any idea what I'm actually going to do with them. Because there's way too many here that she bought. We were thinking about like rotating them out a little bit. But here's another Alan Barnes one, which is the Polaris. Which you can actually see this one inside of the Big in Japan book. Sadly, I didn't get to see Robert Scott this year, so I didn't get him to sign anything. Because I did actually pick up one from an artist there, because I really like the figure that he got. But this one is Hiroshi's Kamatami. If I hopefully said that right. But he's a very famous artist over there. And he was there at G-Fest. I ended up picking up a Polaris one, so I could put it with the cast figure that I got. I thought it was really cool, because it's hand-drawn and everything. And it's really nice. It's very nice thick pieces of cardboard. And it's gorgeous. And I probably should have gotten like something like my favorite Kaijus or something, or even like Gridman. But it was just like, I seen the Polaris and it was just like, I had such a good time last year with the figure, reviewing it and dealing with Robert Scott, that was just like, I wanted to get something. And again, kind of bummed that I didn't get to get an autograph from him. Because the way the volunteering stuff didn't work out this year. But these ones you might have seen if you guys pay attention to a lot of groups. But this one's from Dope Pope. If you guys have seen his stuff online, you probably have. He does a lot of like CG art concept stuff. Like I think he did the monsters mixed with Mudos. Because I know I've 100% seen this Gorosaurus, which my wife picked up, even though I don't like the monster, but she has a weird fixation for him. So, got a Gorosaurus print from him. And then this super shiny, beautiful Jet Jaguar. Oh, so shiny. And finally, again, to kind of go along with the Marmot, we got the Orga print as well. Yeah, guy does some amazing work. And here we have some John Bugatti Jr. prints from King Kong vs. Godzilla. On the back here, Godzilla vs. Biollante. And if I can squeeze it out, a Rei Ayanami with a little Shin Godzilla. I had to get that one because she's like, I love Evangelion. And Rei's easily one of my more favorite anime girls. Same with Asuka. Also got some stuff from the Summon Kaiju panel, which is the weird Planet Mothra print. And then I also got to meet John from Mike Haiju Godzilla. Got some prints from that. Guy does some fantastic work. Like, look at that. Gorgeous. And yeah, it was really cool to actually meet him. I got to meet Leslie Chambers there. Rich Issa. Mostly, that was pretty much it for like the main big guys that I really got to meet. Cool thing too is he gave us 2 of this one, which actually opens up into even more pictures. So this one's really cool. I'm gonna have to figure that one out, how to frame that bad boy. Or G-Fest booklet. There's one I'm not gonna be able to show you guys because my wife hid it on me, and I can't seem to find it. So yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. But it's Yuji Kayada. Sadly I didn't get to really talk to him personally. We went to his table, he was gone, and my wife got in there while we were doing some stuff. Because we had to go down the autograph signing, so I went down early. She went back and got some stuff from him. But we got this awesome little folder from him, which is some of his art. I actually got my Gamera 4 cover autographed by him, which is really cool. And then we got the Evangelion print from him too, which you guys have probably seen a crap ton online. If I can get a good picture of it, I'll show it now. But right now, I don't have it on me. Then for some of the other stuff, I got this Godzilla Destroy All Monsters figure, which actually lights up. They were going to do a bunch of the other kaijus to make a nice little like Destroy All Monsters stand, but they ended up, the line got canceled, so I think Ghidorah was made, but that was about it. But I actually got to meet the guy that sculpted it. He autographed it, Tom. And yeah, main reason I got it because he was there with it, and it was only like $20, and I'm a sucker for light up figures. So grab this. I'm busting these out because these guys have been here because I don't want to damage anything. But one of the guys I got to meet was Mr. Taguchi, who was the director for Ultraman Orb. So I got my Orb Changer autographed by him. Really cool. Actually, when I got it out of the pack, my backpack to show him, he was just like, his eyes lit up. It was actually really cool. He's really kind of geeking out a little bit. I don't know if anybody else brought it. I kind of assume. But it was really cool to see. And it was even for Steve. So yeah, this was like easily my favoriteest thing that I got autographed. But you know, like the big name Shinji Higuchi was there. But I don't know, it's just like I love Ultraman Orb. It was just really cool to meet the guy that directed it and give him to sign one of my favorite Ultraman Orb pieces that I have. It was awesome and easily like one of my favorite things that I did at the convention. But speaking of, if I can get to it, it's in this backpack. I ended up getting these little guys signed by Shinji Higuchi and Mr. Nakagawa, who's the assistant director for the movie too. So I got this autographed by both of them. I thought these guys would look a little bit cooler with the box behind them than trying to use the Shin Godzilla. Even though that probably would have been the better one, but I just think like the autographs look, again, like they look really great on them. And also like, who else is going to really have like a unit, the Forms 2 and 3 signed by them, and even have certified sticker that he put on. Awesome. So they're not going to go back in the box. They're going to be one of the monsters I'm actually going to probably keep out. I'll have the box with them. And then the last thing I got autographed was from Michiru Oshima, who is the composer for some of the Millennium series like Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, Godzilla vs. X Mechagodzilla. She also did the Full Metal Alchemist series, the first one. So instead of getting something Godzilla signed, I decided to take the one of the extra volumes of Full Metal Alchemist 1 I have, because over the years, like, people tend to give me anime stuff, so I have a few of these laying around, so I decided to get one of these autographed. And yeah, this is definitely going in my anime case. This is going to be easily one of my favorite things, because like I still have like the booklet and everything here for it, so this is easily getting cherished. And yeah, that's I think that's it. Unless there's something in this one. This might actually be the puzzle. Yep. Here is the giant King Ghidorah puzzle, which should be about that big, as you can see on the back. That's the actual size. So yeah, that's my G-Fest all this year. Overall, really, really happy with it. The only thing I want, I missed that they didn't have. Well, excuse me. Somebody had a Rick Boy X Plus Shin Godzilla, which I seen it, I wanted it, heard the price, decided I didn't want it anymore. I didn't see a regular one. Some of the newer X Pluses, there wasn't nearly as many in the room, which I can kind of understand, because they're going to be the ones that a lot of people are going to be going after. But I didn't see that, or Ultra Act Belial, which again I understand because he's kind of a hard figure to come across nowadays. But still excited that I got the Darklops. So that was really cool. Next, I want to go over the convention, and first and foremost, this is the fan art I got. I forget the tag she gave me, but her name's Marissa. I think it was Gojira 79. I see the 79 here. So I think that's what it was, but she gave me this really nice Godzilla King of the Monsters little fan art, and yeah, I love this thing. Getting it framed. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to be probably out and about. I'll try to pick one up then. But that's definitely going to go in my display case for sure. Really happy with that. It was really cool to actually get something. But yeah, overall convention experience, really enjoyed this year. I thought it was actually, for the most part, really well done. My only major complaints was Friday. Nothing really starts till 12. And I feel like they maybe could have tossed some stuff maybe a little bit sooner. I'm not sure. I'm not going to question it. I'm assuming they had the reasons. But just maybe one problem I had was the autograph signings. Because I understand what they were getting at with wanting the special guests to actually be able to enjoy the convention. That's a really great idea. And that, I get reasons why they keep the time frame short. Like for Saturday, they only have it for 3 hours. Sunday, I think it was only 2. Certain people were longer because of more demand. But possibly during maybe like that Friday, like after registration, maybe they could have the autographs. That would have been really cool just to have something for Friday. So, or maybe even just like push some stuff sooner so that maybe when there was a break, there maybe could have been some autograph signings towards the afternoon. Because there's also a little bit of a downtime between the ceremonies. That would have been a great time to do some more signings too. Because I feel like, unless you were there Saturday, you like, because some people like Sunday, a lot is pretty much the time like everybody's starting to leave if they haven't already. So having autograph signings there is cool. But that would maybe been the day that didn't, like how they had it shorter, like have that be the shorter time span to have autographs. Saturday, elongate a bit, and then have a little bit Friday. Especially when they gave the reasoning is because they're not as well known as some of the actors there, so they didn't feel like there was much demand. Which I feel like is belittling the special guests a little bit, because like again, like I said, this is probably the thing I was most excited to get signed, and he was just like the director for Ultraman. And you gotta remember, like, we come here for giant monster stuff, and no matter pretty much who you're gonna throw at us, if they were related to things we love, we're excited. So just because like they weren't in the suit or officially in the movie, I don't think it really takes away from the fact that we're just as excited to see them. So it would have been nice to have something on Friday too. So it would give more people opportunities to get signatures. I don't know how busy it was, but it just felt like, at least for me anyways, that like it was like Saturday or nothing. But yeah, that was pretty much it for complaints. Actually, a couple things I like, because I don't want to be negative for the entire thing. The armbands. I loved the armbands. That made that seem like it went by so much smoother than some of the other years, because you don't have to worry about people cutting. They got numbers. You just wait in line. Everybody went in bunches. Really great. It just made it seem way more fluid. Plus, you got to show up and then go enjoy the convention, come back about 15 minutes before the doors open, and then you went into the dealer's room, or that's when you start waiting in line. You weren't waiting in line 6-7 hours before it even started. So I liked that. That was great. But again, it kind of hurt Friday because there wasn't much to do beforehand anyway. So Friday, it didn't really make as much of a difference. But Saturday, oh boy, it was great. Like, I love that concept. I also like how they moved the kids' costumes to Friday. So the ceremony for Friday actually felt a little bit more special. That was a really good idea too, I think, because then it made that a little bit more must-see instead of just putting all your baskets in on Saturday. So you have a little bit for Friday and Saturday. That was really cool, because outside of just like people just showing up just to see the guests, there wasn't really much else to stay. But now you had a reason. And yeah, all the panels are great, especially like the special guest ones. The Shinji one was fantastic. Like, I didn't even know that guy was a part of Godzilla 1985 or Return to Godzilla. He was actually in the movie with pictures. Oh, sweet. Plus, you got a little bit more insight inside of the movie Shin Godzilla with the art direction and the visual effects. That was really cool, and you got to a little bit more, learn more about how the process was behind the, not suitmation, but how they got him to move inside of the movie. Because it's kind of suitmation, but more CG, if you get it. Then you got to see some stuff that at least I hadn't seen until then, so that was really cool. And all the panels were great. Fresh Final Lives, really cool too. I liked the fan interaction that they did. Summon Kaijus, I enjoyed it because I really like everybody that's there. Next time though, I would save the voting for towards the end of the panel, Because when you have it at the beginning and you're going, these two guys are the winners, you guys get to vote and then go sit down. The people that enter the contest already are walking to the door and realizing that there isn't really much of a reason to be here anymore. So if they were just there for the contest, you already kind of detracted them away from it. So I felt like that hurt. Plus, I heard around from other people that was also a little bit of a deflating thing. Like, I knew going in, I'm not winning this, understand? But, like, for some people that work really hard on it, that kind of is a little bit of a letdown. But yeah, like the dealer's room, fantastic this year. A lot of variety, as you can see what I got here. So that was really cool. Definitely improvement over, especially the first year I was there. Because that one was like, you pretty much like new stuff, Bandai vinyl or bust. Last year was pretty diversive. This year was actually really diversive. I even seen some Trendmasters there. So that was really cool. The Artist Alley, always a treat because I like seeing everybody's take on Godzilla there. Really cool. Again, we got a lot of prints to showcase for that. Got to do an interview with Sci-Fi Ninja Theater, which was with that fat bastard Vinny. Really awesome. Definitely go check out their YouTube channel and Facebook. I'll put a link in the description for you below. I also want to give a shout out to Rick the Squirrel. Go check out his stuff as well. And Jay, because he asked so nicely. And the one thing I want to say is the thing I'm going to remember most from this convention is I got to meet a wonderful man named Ken. The picture right here. Dude was super awesome, super nice. Actually sat down with him shortly after I did the interview with Vinny. And we all, and a few others, just sat down and just talked about giant monster stuff, anime, Sentai, and we were literally sitting there for easily an hour just talking about the things that we love. And it is going to probably be the thing I remember the most from this convention. It was great, fantastic. And just the reason why I love going to these conventions is just being able to interact with people that enjoy the same stuff that I do. Because, as you can see, my stuff's kind of weird to some people, as you can imagine. Especially, like, my work, most of my other friends, other than Arnez and a few other people, aren't really into the same stuff. So it's really cool to be able to meet individuals and be able to have conversations that I don't usually get to really have with most anybody else. And it was just really cool to be able to sit there and just discuss the stuff that we love. And yeah, it was just an awesome experience. And that's the reason why I'm going to go back next year. Because I love the convention. I love the experience. I love the panels. Love meeting the people. But definitely could probably use maybe one or two more improvements next year. But I don't know if any of them are actually going to watch this, but just my take. But I understand there's reasonings behind everything. So yeah, definitely if you guys haven't been to a G-Fest, it's worth the trip. Easily. Like, it's a 6-hour drive for me. About 4 hours to get there and 2 hours in Chicago. But yeah, it's a great time, especially if you're really into Godzilla. No better place to be. Because again, you get to get autographs with some of the people that work inside of the genre. You get to meet a lot of people that have the same interest. The figures, prints, get to meet artists. Yeah, it's just, there's not really much else I can say about it. Just go. Go. But yeah, that's it I got for this video. Sorry it was so long. I'm going to probably be putting up a little Stevie Toy Room of the actual stuff at the convention. Because I did take photos and some other stuff, but I want to do something a little bit different with that this year. Because I didn't even do anything last year, so I want to do something fun with that. So shortly after this video, there should be something else coming up, so look forward to that. But yeah, help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button. Subscribe, become a ranger today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.